Everybody, thanks for watching. Just a quick reminder that the NDAs have gone out from Merkabah Scholar Society. Make sure you guys check your email for those people who have gotten the welcome email. Make sure you check your email. A lot of people still waiting for the welcome email. A lot of people still waiting for NDAs, but they are going out. So you guys are going to be receiving them, but make sure you check your email, check your spam to see if you have it or not. Also, as I said before, Merkabah Scholar Society is still available. There are three different payment options. The link is in the description. Make sure you guys take advantage and get in. Time is almost up on that. Sent out emails, sent out a lot of information for people. So if you want to get in, make sure you guys get in now before it's too late and you have to get in at full price. It will not go down. This will not be like everything else I've done where I've dropped the price. This will stay the same. So make sure you guys take advantage now while you still have a shot. And make sure you guys are checking your emails. So you guys have been paying attention to the news and what's been happening with crypto. I talked about in stock market 4, right? I got into everything with blockchain. If you guys seen that, you see how deep that video was and understanding how blockchain works and understanding about crypto mining and how that's taking up a lot of power. You guys got to understand it's a lot going on. It's a lot that it looks like they're using or going to be using this cryptocurrency for. The fact that we had Trump come out and talk about cryptocurrency really changing his stance. Not just that, also, he's already launching his own. So you guys got to understand, like this is going to be a big, huge benefit for Trump if he becomes president, because he can basically pass laws and change legislations to benefit his company. So a lot of people is calling him out on that because him changing any laws or having his hand in crypto is going to be a conflict of interest. There's going to be some type of ethical issues with that whole thing if he becomes president and changes laws in his favor to where he's going to make money. And you guys got to understand, we had the same issue 9/11 with Halliburton, and understanding Dick Cheney having a stake in his company, and that this company is getting huge military contracts, huge contracts, government contracts to go out and make money, and he's a part of that. So this happens. So I think it will be overlooked, but you got to look at it's a lot deeper, a whole bunch of deeper things into this when you start to read in. We know Trump and his son launched World Liberty Financial, right? So this is basically like, it's going to be an app. It's going to basically be something that is going to be more so handling transactions with crypto, but still a huge conflict of interest. There's a lot of companies that these people are involved in involving crypto. Now, not just that, Trump has been very outspoken on what their plans are for cryptocurrency and how he wants to make America basically, the hub for cryptocurrency. This is huge. What a lot of people don't understand is cryptocurrency is not regulated at all. There is no regulations or legislations involving cryptocurrency right now. And a lot of people who are crypto companies, they really want it to be a definitive tone to what crypto is. We're talking about a digital currency, right? And we don't have you got NFTs, but how is it really going to govern physical commodities when you have a digital currency? And that's what they have to really get around. What is so much tone to that? You understand? It's like so much red tape. There's so much stuff you have to put legal wise to make this stuff work and be on a legal level. Now, people are allowed to trade in this stuff. It's being traded right now, and the people are really legitimizing it because people are accepting it and people are trading it around the world. But it is technically not really legal. It's not really legitimate in the eyes of the government, even though it seems that it is, but it's really not. So they want legislations to be passed to make this stuff more legal so that a lot of these companies can get their hands in a lot of different forms of making money with crypto. So Trump is basically coming out saying he's going to make this happen. So it will be a huge conflict of interest, and it will be a big ethical issue on his part if he does these things and then benefits from it. But I don't nobody's really going to give a shit. What we have to look out for is how is this going to work? How is the legislation going to really protect the people? Now, you guys heard about it's been a couple companies now that's been taken down for crypto fraud, and there's a lot of fraudulent scammers out there with crypto. And the whole issue is, how are you going to fix this? And I gave you guys the answer. Everything they're talking about now, I broke down for you guys in the last couple stock markets, especially stock market 4. I got into all this and understanding the securities and how blockchain works. I showed you guys blockchain in Saturn Satan final. I showed you guys blockchain in stock market 4, stock market final. And I showed you guys blockchain in Terminator, right? So the chip, understand how this stuff is going to mesh up with AI, where all this stuff is heading. My work speaks for itself, and I put out a body of work that speaks for itself. I gave you guys in the last couple stock market videos really good intel, good information. Nobody is pointing this shit out. And I'm showing you what's going to happen, and it's happening. So if you've seen if you've seen stock market, then you understand what I'm talking about. Again, I showed you guys what's going on. I showed you guys Saturn. I showed you guys blockchain. How blockchain is the future. The only way they can do any of this is going to be with blockchain. Blockchain is going to have to take over. Now, you take blockchain, you take AI, we got a beast. Now, Trump is gathering his whole crypto army, as he talked about, and he wants to DeFi. So it's going to be crazy because, like, when you look at this whole thing and him trying to DeFi, it really is a big question mark with this whole thing. And it's like, okay, how is the Federal Reserve going to deal with this? And it's going to be a big deal if Trump decentralizes finance. And how is this going to affect the Federal Reserve? What's going to happen? And it's crazy that, the way Trump is talking is one of the reasons why a lot of people are for Trump, what he's putting out there, because it seems as if he's gone against the powers that be. Now, I'm going to read here real quick. It says, Trump has talked about exerting more control over monetary policy, suggesting he would press the Federal Reserve to set lower interest rates. He is also promoting decentralized finance, or DeFi, which is a general term for using public blockchain space to disrupt the traditional finance world. Trump has also talked about subsidizing the use of Bitcoin mining in order to increase energy production, and has vowed to block the creation of a Federal Reserve administered central bank digital currency, CBDC. That is crazy, which is a digital form of central bank money that will be available to the public. While it is still in exploration, many crypto advocates oppose a centrally run digital currency. So this would mean he would have to get rid of the executive order that Biden signed about the government basically taking over if there's a huge issue with crypto. Now, the thing is, one, let's just throw that on the back burner because everybody's going to probably forget about it. And if something is done about it, it should be made public because that's a big deal. Now, you let Trump come in and basically have free reign, right? He's going to come in, he's going to become president. He's going to pass some laws, have some legislations put in place. And you're talking about all these politicians who also got their hands in this crypto. It's going to allow it to happen. There's a lot of people that want this legislation passed so they can know how they can move with crypto and how they can get it to seep in different financial departments. My whole take on the whole thing, and a lot of people have been asking me questions about this, I keep this stuff close to the vest because this is real sensitive, serious information that we'll get into a Merkabah Scholar Society, because you got to look at this thing. Okay, so if it happens and it goes down and then he passes legislations, we get some type of legitimized policy for CBDC, or for basically cryptocurrency, not CBDC, then how is it going to work? What is it going to entail? This is like, that means you would have to have some type of digital footprint for commodities. And what aspect would that work for other things like, just, trading or what have you? So one, having this cryptocurrency is going to solve a lot of issues. It's going to solve a lot of issues with people that's out of the country paying bills in another country. Just a lot of international trade is going to fucking get rid of this whole having to wait for funds to be transferred to your account. A lot of people want this passed for the convenience of it. It's going to be really good for us to not have to wait 3 to 5 business days to get our money back and all that type stuff. So this is going to take care of this problem to where we can just really have this other form of currency that's going to be traded, and it solves a lot of issues. The issue with that is, one, how is it going to be regulated? How is it going to be backed by gold and silver? What's going to happen? And again, my take on this whole thing is Trump's going to fuck it all up, and that's going to be by design. Guy's going to come in here and he's showing you everything that is dirty and crooked about what he's trying to do. And it may not seem like that because other people looking at it as this is a businessman. So what if he's making money? We're seeing things from our own eyes and own perception as far as how we would want to be treated if we were in Trump's place. And that's a problem to look at it that way. Looking at it that way, you would say, well, they're just trying to block him from getting his money. The man's a businessman. He's a multi-billionaire. He knows what he's doing. Trump is going to make us eat and make us, have a lot of money off of this whole thing. So we should trust what he's trying to do, and they'll allow it to happen. And then the way they can make this stuff seep into so many different facets of our economy is just going to bring the economy down. So one, you have, this Bitcoin mining that's supposedly using over 5%, over 7%, I think it is, of global energy, which is fucking nuts when you really put that in perspective. And to me, I always look at that and say, huh? How? Like, when have we ever taken a source of energy or anything that we use? Because to me, I'm like, shit, everybody has a TV in their house. How much power is that taking? You understand? So understand the Bitcoin mining I've showed you guys. Look at these rooms. It's crazy how this is done and how much energy it could take. But to me, I mean, you take an apartment building, take a hotel, and you have every room that has TVs and all kinds of electronics. How is that any different from that to me? And it's power, but we have endless power, endless energy. What's the problem? So they want to put this into your psyche as far as thinking about this energy issue or it being a problem with energy and producing energy. And no matter how they explain that shit to you guys, if you're intelligent, you can see the bullshit through it. There's no way it should not be a problem at all. When you have infinite energy, we have this energy supply that cannot really be drained. Now, on the other hand, it could trip problems. There could be issues. We understand we got too much power going on. There could be a power surge. Energy could go out in certain places, if you understand where that's going to lead to. So you have that. But the main issue is the regulatory part of crypto and basically how they're going to do this whole thing. Because, okay, we already have a lot of laws in place for the dollar. There's already legislation and policies in place for money for this whole system. The problem is, one, it's failing. And two, crypto has already shown to be better than the system we have in place. It's just not regulated. There's just not any policies in place. And a lot of people don't understand how big that is because, one, there is a lot of scamming that can go on if we use this whole thing. Two, you can look at it and say, okay, they just want to control it all. And then you have Trump coming on here and saying, that's what to me is the funny part. Because we understand what a president is. You guys really, you guys understand. Come on now. It's the Federal Reserve we're talking about. Nobody's coming in here and usurping them when they're running the whole show. But this gives you the understanding that everything we talk about, the whole conspiracy theory, all the information we've putting out over the years is bullshit. If you have Trump walk in the door and say, fuck the Federal Reserve, we're going to go ahead and pass policy and everything that's going to put them on the back burner and we're going to go ahead and push this cryptocurrency, huh? Come on. All I got to say is JFK. All I got to say is there's no way he could live if that's his agenda, according to how shit goes. But you got to look at that. And let's say, okay, it happens because if it does, it will be allowed to. And he does this, passes this policy and everything. And everything goes good for a while. And then we'll have trouble because there can be so many issues with this if it's not regulated in the correct way. And you have other countries, other people that's involved. And then the fact that we have all this going through a digital type system that can be hacked, and we're having issues with hackers. You understand where all this is leading up to. So the whole thing could be, as I always talk about, they always cause the problem. Then we have the reaction, solution. And if things get out of whack and super unstable, having Trump, having Trump come in and basically, you know, cut off the powers of the Federal Reserve and the monetary system is because you guys gotta understand this using this cryptocurrency is there's no central bank you have to worry about. You understand? It undercuts the central bank. So putting this stuff in policy and regulating this stuff and having it, inserted. This dude is talking about making America the superpower of cryptocurrency. What is that going to do to central banks? What is that going to do to the Federal Reserve? So in doing this, it's like, okay, we're running this thing, a whole new system. I mean, as a company, if you look at America as a company, this is something that should not be done, right? It's something that should be tested. And this is one of the reasons we have it going on right now because it's kind of being tested. But it's something that's dangerous as a company to do because if it fails, it can be catastrophic. And you talking about a run on the bank and the problems like it could be chaos, which I'll get into more in Merkabah Scholar Society of how this is going to be an issue and where this is really going to lead to. If you watch stock market series, you understand. Stock market is not just about the stock market. I gave you guys history. I'm breaking shit down in that series. It's a wealth of knowledge in there. That's why I put it out. That's why it costs what it costs. So the people who got it, and I'm doing this video because a couple people actually pointed this out because I was already talking about it. So I say, let me touch on it since Trump stepped up and started speaking about crypto. But you can see how he changed his stance, and that's by design.